In this training video, we'll be learning how to use the StreetComplete app to add missing tag and point data to OpenStreetMap features. StreetComplete is an app for Android phone and tablets, and therefore you need to download it from the Google Play Store. The PMP Community Digital Mapping Resources page has a link to this in the Mapping Tools section. It's designed for adding data in the field, so you need to be connected online either through Wi-Fi or through mobile. You can only add data within 1 square mile of your location. Outside of this area, the places will be greyed and you won't be able to add any data. The white points on the map are features where there's missing tag information. You can zoom into these features and see a tag, and you can click on it and it'll ask you a question about the missing data. So in this case, there's asking you a question on the road type. And in this case, it's asking you data on the sort of trees that are found in the forest. At the top of the page, there's a menu that you can select particular features. In this case, it's building types. So any missing building type are in red. You click on the building, it comes up and asks you what type of building it is. In this case, it's detached. You can add that in and add it to the StreetMap platform. The other menu at the top is for settings and profile, so you can change your different profile settings if you want. So, for instance, in this case, we've visited the park, and there's benches in the park, and there's one of the benches has the bench icon showing. So we can click on the bench icon here, and it's asking us a question about the bench. Does this bench have a backrest? Now we can see the bench in front of us because we're in the park. So the answer is yes. We click on yes, and it'll add that tag information to the OpenStreetMap database. In the same park, there's a memorial, a war memorial. And the war memorial icon has appeared in OpenStreetMap. So we can click on it, and it's asking us, what kind of memorial is this? And it gives us a selection of different types of memorial. It's a war memorial, and it's an obelisk type. So we can click on obelisk, and it'll add that to the OpenStreetMap database. Then we can go across the road to the post office, and outside the post office, there's a post box. And the post box has got the post box icon on StreetComplete. We click on that, and it's asking us what time is the collection for this post box. Now, this is why you really need to be in the field to do this. Unless you know from memory when your mail is collected, you have to be standing in front of the post box to be able to see this information. And you would click on the Add Collection Time button here, and then it'll allow you to enter this information. Once you've done that, the icon will change to another icon for the post box. And you click on that, and it's asking you what the royal cipher is on the post box itself. So when the post box was made, they'd have a cipher depending on who was on the throne at the time. In this case, it's ER, so Elizabeth II was on the throne, and we can select that icon in StreetComplete, and that'll be added to the database too. And we can go further on, and we come across a cycle stand, and there's an icon for it, so we can click on it, and it's asking us how many bicycles can be parked here. And it says each stand you can park 2 bicycles either side. So there's 2 stands, so we would put 4 in here. So again, it's handy to actually be there so you can count the stands unless you know the area you're mapping very well. For a few features, you'll get asked multiple questions. And once you've asked one question, the icon will change. So here we've got a bus stop. And we've got the bus stop icon up here. And we click on that, and it's asking us, is there a shelter at this stop? Well, yes, there is. So we click on yes. And then the icon changes to this icon here. Does this stop have tactile paving? And it gives you an example of what tactile paving is. Now, we can see it doesn't. So we can click no. And then the icon changes again. And this time it's a bench icon. Is there a bench at this stop? Is there a seat? Well, there is seating, yes. So we click on yes. And again, the icon changes to a light. is this bus stop lit? And we can go and look inside and we see there is a light. We can say yes. And it'll ask further questions about whether there's information, whether there's a litter bin, etc. So again, you do really need to be at the bus stop or know it very well to answer those type of questions. StreetComplete's very useful for adding missing address information. So in a previous video and in a previous exercise, we digitized these 4 detached houses in Fay Close, which were new builds, which weren't currently on the OpenStreetMap database. We can now add in the addresses. So if you go into StreetComplete, it'll show you that the address information is missing. So we need to know what the house numbers are, which is one reason why we need to visit. So we find what the house numbers are, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We know it's Fay Close, so we can add that information to StreetComplete. So what we do is we click on the first icon, and we know that's house number 1. And we click yes. We have checked it. We are standing outside, so we've checked it, so we could do that. And what the street's on, it's Fay Close, so we can enter that from our phone or our tablet keyboard. Enter the information and we click on the tick box. Yep. And then we go to the one next door, which is number 2. And we click on the arrow there, the icon there. That's number 2. Yes. And again, it's also in Fay Close. So we can click on Fay Close there, type it in from the keyboard. So again, it's something you can do standing outside the actual house or walking along the street. So it has been designed to be user-friendly when you're in the field. There's Fay Close. And then the third one's over here, which we know is number 3. And instead of typing in Fay Close, what you can do is you can actually click on the road itself, because that's already been, the road name's already there, and it will automatically populate Fay Close. And again, number 4, we can add in number 4, and it'll click on Fay Close, and it will populate it for us. Right, and we've now entered the address information. We've noticed at the bottom, there's an icon saying that part of the road is missing its name. So we can add in Fay Close to there. And that's now turned into another icon, which is asking us how many lanes this road has. And we know there's no marked lanes. And then there's 2 other icons asking us what the width of the road is, but we're going to leave those. So you can see on this side, we've now got the numbers have appeared. Now we've added it to OpenStreetMap. As well as tag information, you can also add missing point information to OpenStreetMap from these 4 categories. So street parking, addresses, places, and things. Okay, you get that from clicking on the pull-down menu here. So we're going to be looking at things. So for instance, we know over here, there's a tree, the deciduous tree, and we can add that to the map. So we click on things, and the grey arrow here, we're going to position over where the tree is. Then we click on the add button at the bottom. It comes up with a list. We're going to look for trees. And it's a broadleaf deciduous tree. So we can select that from the list, and we click yes. And it's added that to OpenStreetMap. And we can do that with a whole variety of different features. You just need to search that list. We can also add notes to OpenStreetMap for us to follow up information later. So for instance, we've noticed there's a missing building on this site, and we can't really digitize it on our phones. So we're just going to create a note. So we just tap on our phones on the location of where the missing building is, and it comes up with a pop-up menu. And we're going to click on Create Note. And then it says Create New Note here. You can see where the grey cross is. And we're just going to put there is a missing building. And we could put it's a bungalow. And click on the button here. And then later on, when we're back at home, and we can use OpenStreetMap to actually digitize that bungalow. And then we could add in any missing information we've recorded when we're there. Thank you for watching this training video. Please watch the other videos in the How to Map video series.